Hi there everyone, Jason here, and today we're going to be actually cooking some black bean street cakes. So this actually came from Fry's, it's where I work, and this is one of their new fresh prepared meals, where basically everything is sort of like Blue Apron style, except it's basically ready to go. There's either a no chop or light chopping mark that I put up here, and it says here that it's recipe number 37, black bean street cakes with sauteed squash and Verde rice. It also says that it's got a mild sort of, or it's 2 chilies out of 3. But anyway, let's take a look. I haven't tried any of these yet, so I'm kind of excited to try. So let's take a look what we got. We have red bell pepper. We have garlic. We've got some corn grits, instant dry. We have some yellow diced squash. This is basmati rice, cooked. We've got chimichurri sauce. Then we have black beans. Inside we also have some cumin, some Texas peat sriracha, 3 packs of that. Oh, chop. And then we have instructions. Let's just get rid of the box real quick. Put these off to the side. Let's take a look here. So, the instruction says, black bean street cakes with sauteed squash and Verde rice. Basically it says, salsa verde translates from Spanish to green sauce. It says it takes about 20 minutes, got about 2 servings, and it's about 640 calories per serving. It's vegan and gluten-free, which is definitely kind of interesting. And it tells you you can keep the recipe card in a human angle by just using that. But anyway, on the back it says this is what you have. It says that you'll need these particular kitchen tools, and then tells you what you need to do to make it. So let's go ahead and get the kitchen tools that we'll need. Number 1 is a skillet. Number 2 is a spatula. Number 3 is a wooden spoon. Number 4 is scissors. Number 5 is a medium microwave safe bowl. And number 6 is a plate. So apparently that's everything that I need. So let's get started. So step number 1 says to place the corn grits in a bowl with 3/4 of a cup of water. I'm going to use a little spoon to stir this real quick. And then it says to put this in the microwave for 3 minutes. Okay, while those are cooking, it says to cut a 1/2-inch corner out of the bag for the black beans, and then to basically gently squeeze the black beans until they are basically a soft sort of paste. Okay, so that took basically about the same time as the corn grits were in the microwave. And basically what I want to do now is I want to empty the smashed black beans into the grits and stir to combine. I'm kind of going to use this as like a piping bag. And it was actually kind of difficult to do this. I feel like I should have used some other sort of tool, like maybe just smash it with the bottom of some sort of plate or cup or something like that. Also, while I was in the bag, it was hard to feel like I got everything sort of completely. That looks super appetizing. Then it tells you to combine both of them with a spoon. Okay, so it's telling me to now add the red peppers, half of the packet of cumin, and it only says half because it says that you're saving the rest for the squash. It also says to add sriracha. I don't really want to add a lot of this, just because I don't do too well with spice, so I'm just going to add a little bit. I still want to try the actual recipe, like the way that it's telling me, by adding the sriracha, but I don't necessarily need all 3 packets. I'm also thinking that I should have picked a slightly bigger bowl. If it wasn't for the smell of the roasted red pepper, I would actually think that this was tomato. Probably do this with tomato if you wanted to. It actually says on here to add more sriracha if you like, or save it for your next noodle bowl. It says add half a teaspoon of salt and mix well. So it didn't actually give me salt. So I'm going to go with a little Mediterranean sea salt. Now it says to make the cakes. Once combined, divide the black bean mixture into 4 portions. Form each portion into a cake and place on a plate. I tasted the mix on its own, and it actually tasted pretty good. All right. Now the fun part. So it tells you to make them into 4 equal-sized cakes. I believe I may have made that a little bit too small. Okay, so the next step is to sear the cakes. So it says to add 1 tablespoon of oil to a skillet and heat over medium-high heat. Add the black bean cakes to the hot skillet, cook for 3 to 4 minutes on one side, flip, and then another 3 minutes, and remove from the skillet and place back on the plate. So let's do that. Alright, so I've got my skillet. I've got my little bit of olive oil. Alright, now that the skillet is basically warmed up, I'm just going to take these. Out. Now that it's been about 4 minutes, I'm going to take them, carefully flip, and that one kind of fell apart a little bit. Anyway, now we're going to leave them on here for another 3 minutes. Alright, now that these are done, we're going to take them off the hot plate and put them back on the plate. So I'm going to take the bowl that I cleaned a little bit earlier. I'm going to take the rice and empty that into here. And then I'm going to take the chimichurri sauce, which I guess is what they're calling the salsa verde. I'm going to add this to this rice using the spoon that I cleaned earlier. I'm just going to combine them together to make the verde rice. Then it tells me to basically heat this in the microwave until it's fully warmed, which is about 1 to 3 minutes. While that's cooking, we're going to take our skillet. If there's not enough oil to coat the bottom of the pan, I'm just going to add another little tablespoon. And it should be fairly warm after the last time. I'm going to add the skillet. Oh, not a big enough bowl. Our squash. And then we're going to add the rest of our cumin. We're also going to add our garlic. We're going to take this, we're going to sort of saute them together for about a couple minutes, and we're done. So over here, I've got my rice. I got my black bean cakes. I have a nice little plate. I'm going to take some of the verde rice. Make a little bed down here. Then take a couple of the rice cakes. Not rice cakes. Black bean cakes. Put them on top. And I'll spoon a little bit of my squash, garlic, and cumin mixture on top. And there you have it. This is black bean street cakes with sauteed squash and verde rice. Looks pretty darn good. So let's give it a try. So I'm glad I went the route of not adding too much sriracha. I can taste a little bit of the spice, but it's just enough so that I can deal with it. Also, a little bit of the spice comes from the verde sauce, of course, but that's okay. All in all, it's a pretty good meal. It lacks a little bit of flavor. I probably could have added a little bit more salt, a little bit more seasoning to the actual cakes itself. But overall, it does just fine. It's healthy enough and filling, and if you are vegan or gluten-free, it works perfectly for you. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's just like a little random thing. I thought it'd be fun. Let me know if you want to see more cooking stuff. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.